Morning, everyone. I hope that you're doing well on this late January day, kind of. What's the date today? Well, today is Thursday the 19th. You'll probably be seeing this on a different day. But yeah, we're like officially past the midway point. I don't know how that happened. It's just one of those things in life. Time just keeps moving faster and faster. And here in my part of the world, it has been super gray. I know for a lot of people, this is the most depressing time of year. It's a very real physical thing that it is depressing when the sun is not out. I am in the minority in that I do not mind the sun being out. I find it very cozy. And the sun just makes me feel like I have to go outside all the time, and I don't always want to go outside. I'm kind of weird. I'm definitely not the norm. For many people, the sun is necessary for good health, and I'm like the opposite. So it's a good thing I live where I do, where we have gray skies quite a bit. So that's what's going on here. But so for today, I thought that we would talk about, just sort of my usual kind of where I'm at, and that leads into another topic. And so our topic for today is New Year's resolutions, and the one in particular that I'm thinking of is fitness. I had that as a resolution last year, and it worked out very well, and I've continued it for this year, and I thought I would give you a little update, get your ideas and inspirations for keeping up with fitness, since that's something that you can lose steam on as the year goes on. We're all guilty of that. So trying to keep our motivation high and get new ideas. I think that's really key to finding the happy place, is not getting bored. So I thought we would talk about that, since that was one of my the resolutions that was a happy thing, at least because my other ones had to do with being more positive at work, which I'm going to talk about as well. And not worrying like these like huge overarching life issues. So the fitness one is a little bit more manageable, I think. So let's talk about that one and dedicate our show today to that. So, I was thinking about fitness this week because I've been trying some new things, which is good. And I've been doing that because I know how important it is. So I was talking about the sun and how that, for me, even though I know, again, I am in the minority, is not an integral part of staying, like having my mood lifted, being emotionally in a good place. Physical fitness definitely is for me. We're all different. And so I just know this about myself. And it's been a difficult stretch for me, as I've spoken about a number of times on here, with the changing responsibilities of my job and this new teaching load that I have that I'm really not enjoying. And so I've been struggling with that. And in the fall, well, let me back up a little bit. Last spring, I had made it one of my New Year's resolutions to be more active physically. So, I'm a dancer, right? And so I take a dance class every single week, and I love that. And I know that that is staying active. There's no doubt about it. However, a dance technique class is really not a workout class, I guess I'll say it that way. It's certainly part of physical fitness. It's certainly really good. It's not just good for you physically, it's good for your brain, because remembering choreography it helps you long term to have better memory. There was a study about this. I like that about dance. So all types of physical fitness can help your mental health and keep you emotionally feeling better overall. But dance specifically just helps your brain cells to, it changes something in that chemistry, helps you to remember things. So that's wonderful. But it isn't like a cardiovascular workout. So I had been thinking last year, when I walk to, I'd gotten a Fitbit though for Christmas last year, which I still have, and I love it. And it had gotten me to thinking, I would walk, but I was never keeping track of how far I was going, and I would just squeeze it in wherever I could. And there were stretches where I just didn't feel like it, because time is always short. And so I had stopped doing that. And I thought, I really need I'd like to try something new. And in the summer of 2015, I had taken a workout class with Christina when I went to visit her, called Bar 3. And it's a Pilates yoga bar workout class, all three of those things fused together. And I really loved it. And so I had tried doing some online because there's no studio near me. And it was all sad because I missed working out with Christina. And I did that online for, I don't know, like 4 months or so, and I did like it, but it's not the same as when you're in a group with other people. I think that everybody, again, is different in terms of working out what they really like and get the most out of and will be consistent with because it's something that works out well for them. So eventually I was just dreading the online workouts because it's like, I was all by myself. I have to set things up either at home or in my office on my lunch hour, my mat and all that, clear space to do it. And it didn't feel fun anymore. And so that was what led me last New Year's to try and make a difference, to do something different. And so I found out that here at the university that I work at, we have a gigantic athletic complex. And I found out that they have fitness classes offered there. And you can get a pass as an employee. You can also get a pass as just a member of the public. The pricing is just a little bit different for classes. That appealed to me because I hate gyms. I really do. I have never had any motivation to get up early in the morning. Good Lord. This is not something I know I would ever stick to. I know for many people that works very well for them. They want to get up early, go to the gym. It's a routine that they're happy with. I am not a morning person. I hate getting out of bed. Getting out of bed to work out is even less appealing to me than getting out of bed to go to work. So I knew that wasn't going to work. Stopping after work sounds almost as bad, if not worse, because I'm tired. I just want to get home and see my family and eat dinner. I do not want to stop at the gym. And it just seems so time consuming to me. You've got to go and you've got to change and then you've got to be around other people. Now, it's kind of ironic that I say that because I was just complaining about being lonely when working out by myself, but let me come back to that. But you're around other people, but you're not like doing the same things as them necessarily or interacting with them in any way. It's just like a whole dynamic at a gym. And then you get a shower after. It just seemed like exhausting. And so I have just never been drawn to that. And going and working on the machines and all of that, again, just not doing it for me. And so when I heard about this group fitness pass, that appealed to me because I really enjoy taking class. I'm a nerd, right? And I have always liked school. And I realized that that's what I liked, besides, of course, Christina's company, which I couldn't duplicate on a regular basis, unfortunately. I really liked being in a class where everybody's there watching the instructor doing the same thing. You feel this sense of community. You're all there, you're all in it together. When you're in a very difficult part of the class and push comes to shove, everybody's in the same place doing the same thing. And there's a certain energy, I think, that goes along with it, and I like to draw off of that energy. And I thought that might be rather fun. And I looked at their schedule, and they had a Zumba class on the schedule, and I had been very intrigued by dance fitness, and I had never tried it. As a dancer, it's something that sounded really good to me. And so I thought, I'm going to go and I'm going to get the pass because it wasn't very expensive for employees, and see how it goes. So that's what I did, and I loved it. I took Zumba. I also took a Pyo class, which is a Pilates yoga fusion, similar to Bar 3, just missing the bar workout aspect. And I really felt like I was in the best shape of my adult life. I loved it. I continued on over the summer. What did we take over the summer? Pilates. There was just a plain Pilates class. There wasn't Pyo. And I think, there was a bar class, just bar. But, bar just by its very nature fuses in yoga and Pilates a little bit. I really liked that class. I couldn't go every week, but I went when I could. And so that was also fabulousness. Then the fall hit, and that was when the trouble started emotionally for me. I'm not going to go into it again because you all know and are, I'm sure, tired of hearing me talk about it. But it was a really, really difficult time, and I was not enjoying a huge portion of my day, which is at work. And I did continue with my fitness classes. I got my pass for the fall, but due to my schedule, I could only take one class a week, which was Pilates again. And I did really like it, but something was kind of missing. I felt like I There were some weeks where I couldn't go to any classes. I was able to get to Pilates most weeks. Because of the Fitbit, I have been very good about walking. So on weeks where I couldn't go to any classes at all, I was trying to get my steps in, get to 10,000 always. That was my goal. But I found that in the fall, I often wasn't able to set aside time to go for a walk during my day for half an hour, and I was getting a lot of steps in walking back and forth to the classrooms that I was teaching in because I was teaching so many classes. But it was all in these little spurts. By the end of the day I could get to 10,000, but I didn't feel like I was getting the full benefit of having exercised in a given day, even if I wound up with the step goal by the end, because it wasn't clumped together and getting your heart rate up for a stretch of time. And it was just, oh, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I felt so poorly this fall. And I have been working very hard since November-ish, when the semester was winding down and then finishing up and over the winter term, to get back to sort of myself a good place. And it has been going very well. So that we have made some changes at work that I think are going to really, really help us in the spring. And we've had a really nice break over this winter term that I'm extremely grateful for. And so I do feel a little fresher. That's wonderful. So back to the fitness. So the spring term hasn't started yet here, and they offered a January winter term pass, which I bought. And I went to Zumba last week. Oh, I love Zumba. I really do. It's a different instructor. And so the class had a totally different feel to it, but I liked it just as well. And this week there was no Zumba because we were off on Monday for Martin Luther King observance. And so I went to this new class yesterday called Body Pump. Different. I have never taken a class like this before. It used like a step that we used almost as a weight bar. And then I've used hand weights before in a class. I forgot about that class. It's called Body Sculpt. I only went a few times. When was that? Over the summer, I think. Yeah. And this was not the hand weights, though. I'm familiar with those. This was like a long bar, and you put weights on the end, and so you can with these clips, and so you can switch out the weight distribution whenever you want. I went light, like the lightest weights that they had. I was good with that because I had never taken the class before, and I really enjoyed the class a lot. So to music, we did different sequences. So an ab sequence, a shoulder sequence, biceps, triceps. It was really good. Quadriceps, yeah, your legs. I really liked it. I didn't know if I would because I don't always like weights. I don't mind the hand weights, but I don't want anything too. I don't know. I like the dancer type of like long lean muscles. I don't want to. Not that I think I'd be capable of it anyway, but I don't want. I'm not looking to like get like big bulky muscles. So I like light weights, and I really, really enjoyed the class very much. So I might take that again next week. We'll see. But this morning, as I knew I would, I woke up hardly able to walk. I'm really sore. I don't have dance this week because my teacher is out of town for a workshop, and I'm kind of glad because I don't know how well I'd be able to move while I recover. And so next week I'm going to do Zumba. I may do body pump again, but there's also a spinning class, and I've never taken a spinning class that's offered on Fridays. I don't think I'm going to be able to go tomorrow because I don't want to overdo it. I think I'll still be sore tomorrow. So maybe next week I might do Zumba, and then because Zumba's on Monday, and then spinning on Friday. Might be a good breakdown. So I've been upping my ante to try new things. And so I tried a new class. I'm going to try another new one. And that really helps me to stay motivated. And gosh, what a difference. When I go, I just feel so happy afterwards. It's such a good thing. And I feel just really good about where I'm headed in terms of physical fitness. Just that sense of camaraderie, being around other people, taking the class. And it's so strange because I can't fully articulate why it's different than going to the gym and being around other people, which I don't like to do. But I don't like to work out by myself, though. I want to have other people around me, but I want us all to be working towards the same goal. And I don't know why that's important to me. It just feels there's something different about it. If somebody can explain this to me, I would really appreciate it. But yeah, just going to a gym Yeah, I'm never going to do that. But going to the classes, there's just something about my academic nature. It works for me. So come spring, I'm going to have the class scheduling situation again. So let's circle back to that. Sort of the overall mental wellness. I'm hoping that it's going to be better. Right now, I am sitting at 10 classes. When the fall started in 2016, I was at 15. So this is a huge difference. I'm really grateful. There may be some weeks where I'm only going to have 9. We're going to be team teaching, and so one of our classes is really small, and my colleague said she could probably take it. So I'm not sure how that's going to all shake out, but at most I'm going to have 10. That is good. That is really good. I really think that that's going to help quite a bit in terms of my outlook. So, but I am teaching from 11 to 11:50 every workday, which is unfortunate because the fitness classes are at noon. So that only leaves me 10 minutes, and I've got to walk across campus. Now, the library I'm going to be teaching in is further from the academic complex, or excuse me, the athletic complex. And so I'm going to need to, because you know how it is after class, people ask you questions, you've got to clean up, you've got to walk over there, I've got to change. So I'm going to be late. I'm going to have to accept this. I'm going to be late every day, but I should only be 5 to 7 minutes late for any given class, and then I'll have the rest of the hour. So I'm still determined that I'm going to go once or twice a week, in addition to dance, and we'll see how it goes. But I just know that it's really, really important to my well-being. I know that there's one day, I want to say it's Wednesday, where I have a class at 11 and then I have one at 1. So I will not be able to go to a class that day. So hopefully that's not going to be Zumba day, because that would be crushing. I definitely won't be able to go. Because I can be late for the fitness class and still, get whatever I can in, but I obviously can't be late for the class that I'm going to be teaching. So that wouldn't work. But the other days I don't have class right at 1 afterwards, so I should be able to pick and choose from the schedule. And there are some days where I'm free in the afternoon, and during the larger semesters, as opposed to the January term, they have classes past the lunch hour. So on days that I'm not teaching in the afternoon, that might work too. Say a 2 o'clock class or something. Just depends on the schedule, which is not out yet. So I will have to see. But I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to keep up with that. And I just know that when I go, I feel better. I feel emotionally better. It's a physiological fact. So that's where I'm at. And so if you've made a physical fitness New Year's resolution, we're all in this together. If you want to write in and tell me about it and how it's been going, I'd love to hear. If you are a gym person, I'd love to hear about why you love the gym. We're all different, and so different things appeal to different people for different reasons. And so whatever works for you is obviously what you should stick with and do. So I'd love to hear why. We'll compare and contrast our experiences. So that's what I'm thinking about this week. I still have another week before classes start, in terms of my teaching. So I'm glad. I'm apprehensive about them starting back up, but I'm not dreading it the way I was in the fall, which I'm taking as a really good sign. So hopefully things are going to continue on that even keel. I've got some really nice things coming up relating to our theme of physical wellness and fitness that I'm excited about. I'm taking a dance choreography class on the weekends, like every other weekend, for the short term, the winter, and I love it. We had our first class on Sunday. We don't have one this weekend, I'll miss it, but we'll be back the Sunday after that. And we've got a couple of dance workshops I'm going to out of town, not far out of town, but so just short little road trips. So super affordable, and I won't be gone for that long. In this season of my life, that's a reality with small kids. But that's okay. I'm really grateful for the opportunities. I'll be with my dance girls, and I'm really looking forward to it. That's really boosting my spirits. So what do you have going on coming up in terms of different wellness endeavors that you have, or otherwise different, your hobbies or crafty things or whatever? I'd love to hear about it. I'm going to be writing more about our Live Today Well book club, so you'll be seeing that before you see this tea time. But I'm really excited about the response that I got and looking forward to sharing that book with you for this entire winter and spring. That's a huge yay. So we have lots to look forward to, lots of wonderful things coming up. So in the meantime, I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.